What's up guys, Caleb here, and today we are going to be talking about the incredibly exciting possibility that we might be getting sets based off the movie No Time to Die coming this fall. Before I start the video, I would like to say that this is, there haven't really been rumors on it yet, and I'm literally just thinking about this, and the more I think about it, the more it starts to connect in my head. But LEGO has not come out and said anything, and I don't have any inside sources or anything telling me what the sets are going to be, or even telling me that there's going to be sets at all. This is just all with my imagination. As I've said, the more I've started to think about it, the more I've really thought that this is making sense. Every time I think about it, I just think of another little thing that makes sense on why we might actually be getting No Time to Die sets, which is incredibly exciting. As a massive James Bond fan, and they've only made one, James Bond set being the Aston Martin DB5, incredible set. I've been wanting James Bond sets ever since that. There is a remote possibility that we could be getting No Time to Die sets is incredibly exciting, and I'm really excited to see if we actually get them, or if this is just going to, disappoint me. So, unless you've been living under a rock, there is No Time to Die, the newest James Bond film, coming out in theaters October 8th in 2021, on 2021, what? 2021. I believe September 30th, 2021 in Britain, but it comes out, like a week later in America, which doesn't make too much sense to me, but, whatever. Obviously, this was originally going to come out in April of 2020, and then, of course, COVID hit, and we all know the story from there. It got delayed till November 2020, and then got delayed till April 2021, and then yet again got delayed till October 21. So it's been delayed 3 times. All 3 times I've been pretty disappointed because I'm a big James Bond fan and it sucks to have to wait so long for a movie. But of course it makes sense with, everything going on in the world with COVID and everything. Now with lots of vaccines rolling out and things opening back up in lots of places, obviously movie theaters are opening now. There's a lot of movies, going and stuff. And so, as far as I'm concerned, it's probably not going to get delayed. Hopefully there's not, a massive spike in COVID in the fall here, but I'm hoping there's not, and I'm hoping it actually gets released in the fall of 2021 here, as we've been waiting for almost 2 years for this movie. It's just, there's so much hype around it. As I'm concerned, this is one of the most, hyped movies of 2021. There's been a lot of talk about this movie in 2021. There's not any Star Wars. I guess Black Widow is another really big movie coming this fall. Well, I don't know if, no, that already came out. But, there's been a lot of big movies, but this is definitely one of the biggest movies coming out in 2021. Just because there's so much hype around this movie. So many people are going to go to see this, and this is going to be so popular. So many people are very excited for No Time to Die. Oh, could we get No Time to Die Lego sets? Maybe. I'm really hoping so. Obviously, there's no big rumors or anything about it yet. Oh, that was a hiccup. Oh, I have to take a quick break filming because I have the hiccups. I don't know. I'll try and keep going here. I'm hoping that we have, have the hiccups. I'll be back in a few minutes. I think they've cleared up here. We're gonna try. Oh, we're gonna try filming the rest of this video. Obviously, LEGO has the licensing theme from James Bond because they basically made a James Bond set, right? So at one point in 2017 or 2018, they had the James Bond license. I would assume that they still have the license, so I think it's very strange that, we're not seeing anything else with this license, which is, very, very strange to me. Another massive sneaking suspicion of mine is that this has been, hold up for 2 years now, and so this gives plenty of time for LEGO to at least design some sets. I would be very surprised if there weren't even sets, designed or just sketches of it. I'm sure some people are thinking about, James Bond sets. I'm sure they might not even have, a full sketch yet, but I'm sure some LEGO designers have at least talked about it a little bit. As how they sell, I think they'd sell incredibly well. As I said, this is pretty much one of the most hyped movies of 2021. It's really got everything from, a very famous cast to a theme song by Billie Eilish. This movie has everything. So many people are interested in this movie, and so I think the movie is obviously going to do really well. So if LEGO made sets of it, I also think those would objectively do very, very well. For what they make, I'm really not sure because we only have 2 trailers that I can take looks of things off of. Obviously, it looks like there's more of a battle-scarred Aston Martin DB5, so it'd be cool if we got more of a play-scale version of the Aston Martin, but with a bunch of battle scars and stuff would be really cool. And I don't know what else we could get because obviously I haven't seen the movie yet. Maybe once I see the movie, I'll do a James Bond No Time to Die set ideas thing. I'm sure obviously they could make a wave of 4 or 5, James Bond No Time to Die sets off of the movie, and I'm almost guaranteed that these would sell very, very well because of the immense popularity of No Time to Die. On to the main reasons why I think Lego will not do this, and obviously the main one is it has like a lot of this, and you obviously don't really need sets based off those, but also, Lego just made New Asgard, which is littered with beer and alcohol. Like, there's so many beer bottles and beer in that set. It makes you think you could make a PG-13, movie, make a little wave of those sets if you're literally making a 7+ set littered with beer and alcohol. I feel like Lego can do anything at this point. That set sort of gets on my nerves. I've been thinking making about a video on it, but let me know if you want a video on that because it's just covered in alcohol and it seems like Lego could probably pull off James Bond if they're allowed to make that set. Also, obviously, the argument that James Bond has to do with the military, and I sort of agree with this, but I sort of don't. Obviously, he works for MI7, and that's not technically the British military. And, he's not a soldier, and there's not really military. There's assassins and spies, but it's not really military based. Obviously, there's not really, soldiers marching around in any of the movies at all. And so I really don't really think it has to do with the military too much. Obviously, it has to do a lot with MI7. Lego has a very, very strict rule about not making military sets, so basically if this has to do anything with the military, then they can't make it. I don't know if this has to do with the military or not, but I don't think Lego is really willing to risk it again. At the end of the day, could we get No Time to Die sets? I certainly hope so. I really don't know for sure. Obviously, there's no rumors about it yet. I'm the only one who's really talking about Lego No Time to Die as far as I can tell. There's not much of a demand in the Lego community for, James Bond sets right now. I feel like there's just not really, many YouTubers talking about Lego James Bond, although I am one of them. So there's not a massive demand, although I think they would sell super well. I also don't, Lego looks at their fans, and most of them are interested in Star Wars right now, and I'm more interested in James Bond. But it looks like, Star Wars is more popular than James Bond right now. However, I think they should make James Bond. Like, it's like a 50-50 chance. In my head, there's like 50% of me thinks Lego can definitely make James Bond sets. It's definitely going to be a No Time to Die wave, and it's going to sell like hotcakes. But the other 50% of me just thinks that Lego's going to steer away from it, and there's not going to be too much demand for it. And that also makes sense because not a lot of people really want James Bond sets because there's not a lot of people that are James Bond fans and Lego fans like me. We get James Bond sets, I really don't know. Really, really hope so. They obviously probably still have the license for the James Bond thing, at least until it retires, so they obviously can do something with this. And I really, really hope Lego comes through and does something with this. Fingers crossed. That looked messed up. Sorry. I'm really, really hoping I don't get let down by this. This sneaking suspicion inside of me says there could be it, but I also kind of doubt it. I mean, we'll really have to see this fall, obviously. Let me know your thoughts on if we get James Bond sets in the comments below, and what do you think of this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. If you want to stay up to date with my videos, Seabrook Productions, sign off for now, and I'll see you guys later. Peace. Peace.